Live on KPRC-TV and the KPRC2 Plus live stream. The news starts now.
Unfortunately, trains have tremendous influence in Washington, and the idea of taking them out of Houston is obviously just not realistic.
Today we are taking a look back at Houston Mayor John Whitmire's first year in office. Thank you for joining us for KPRC 2 News at 5. I'm Keith Garvin. Daniela is off tonight. We are taking a look back at Houston Mayor John Whitmire's first year in office. The mayor sat down for an extensive one-hour interview with our Gage Goulding today. They spoke about all sorts of issues, including the city's budget, police department, and the proposed skywalk for students. The idea came to light after a Milby High School student was hit and killed by a train. Gage is joining us live now with more on the mayor's plan. Gage?
Yeah, hey, Keith, Mayor Whitmire was easily the most vocal supporter of these skywalks, little walkways that go over railroad tracks. The idea was to build these safe passages so students could get to school safely. This comes after 15-year-old Sergio Ivan Rodriguez was hit and killed by a train while walking to school. Mayor Whitmire supports the idea of skywalks, but they would take years to build and they would cost millions of dollars. He didn't walk back the idea today, but he said an alternative solution is already working. Is it a realistic thought to put in these crossovers over the railroads, and how can we do that quickly?
We do it quickly by, one, acknowledging we have a problem, specifically at the Milby crosswalk. The president, CEO of Union Pacific sat right there in the chair, and I told her I expected them to help us pay for it. She's still declining. I asked her to help us remedy the dangers of not only this site, but across HISD and other school districts. But what we immediately did is asked her, and she agreed to stop the passage of the train when kids are going to and from school. We're focusing on that site for sure, whether there will eventually be a skywalk, or right now it seems to be working with the suspension of train traffic during peak hours.
In a time where the city is scraping by financially, getting extra money to build safe railroad crossings, after all, 118 HISD schools are near those railroad crossings. It's going to be hard to come up with that this time. Keith?